Diane is a powerhouse. I am a business owner that has helped other businesses raise $1.5 million in funding. They say they want investors, but they don't really know what it even entails. And people don't understand this concept. They think getting an investor means I'm getting free money. So far in Ghana, people have been able to raise $121 million. Some people just raise money for the sake of raising money. You need to raise money based on the needs of the business. There are people that will invest in you because they like your personality. I have a degree in biology. And when I came out of school, I was just another matrix in the system. I was a full-time blogger. I have a branding and marketing agency. When I hire people, it will just take me a little speaking to you to realize you don't know what you can train your algorithm to like show you things that are educative. I'm currently in the middle of building an app called FundVesta. FundVesta is an AI-powered platform that connects entrepreneurs to investors. Pitch deck, business plan, financials, fundability. How do you even know if you're at a point where you can start bringing in investors? You need to be realistic. How can I convince a market woman who makes so much money to invest in you if you are in an industry and you haven't searched all the way to page 10 on Google? Don't go and ask anybody anything about your industry.
Welcome back to the Journey Uncovered, where we have conversations with creatives, entrepreneurs, and big thinkers to unpack their wins, their setbacks, and how they got to the place that they are. But listen, we care a lot about the journey, the process to the point, that destination that they have gotten to. And that's why we have these kind of conversations with them. So join us today as we have a conversation with Diane.
Hi.
Hi, Diane. How you doing?
I'm good.
So I just got a little lesson about her name. It's actually not Diane. So all of you who see her and call her Diane, please, it's not Diane. Please, what's the right pronunciation of your name?
Diane.
Diane.
Yes.
Nice. So if not for today, I wouldn't get to this point. But I saw your profile, say 2 years ago.
Whoa,
Yeah, you didn't know. Yeah.
that's crazy.
I saw your profile like 2 years ago, and I did what I do best, which is follow and just keep track of who the person is and get to know them, because the kind of guests I like to have on the podcast are people who are actually doing things actively, not
Right.
people who will just come and share like tips that they read from some books. I want people who are doing practical stuff.
Yeah.
So when I took note of your page, I was like, okay, this is someone interesting. I should just keep track of the person. And when we have season 3, which will be about creative businesses in the tech field and investors and all of that, then we have her come on. And that's why I asked the producer to reach out to you. And when she did, and she said you were available today, I was super excited. So I was like, yay, let's do it. So today we have you here to share tips heavily on investors and on businesses and how you think businesses are being run currently within our setting, which is Ghana and Africa extended. And so we'll be throwing a lot of questions in that direction. Also with regards to AI and what you think it's doing to the industry.
Okay.
So first off, let's jump into who is Diane. What can you tell us about yourself?
I don't like it when people ask me that.
Why did you? Why you find it difficult, eh?
Yeah, because Diane is a powerhouse, right? Diane does a lot of things.
Okay.
So depending on where you know me from or where you meet me, I could be a different person to you.
Oh,
right?
I have experienced that.
Right? Because I'd say that I am a business owner that has helped other businesses raise $1.5 million in funding. And I'm continuing to do that because I want to impact 1 million people. That's kind of a personal goal to me. So far, I have an impact number. My impact number is 1,309.
Hey, that's
That's
1,000 people you've
Yeah,
over 1,000 people.
Yeah, I've impacted over 1,000 people. Trainings, free trainings, businesses. I mean, you can name it. A whole lot of people.
How did you get to that point where you're like, okay, this is what I want to do for people?
Honestly, I didn't. I don't think I've really gotten to a point yet. I feel like it's a process for me. Every other day, I discover something new about myself, right? And what I would like to do. And so what I've realized is that all the businesses and things that I have created, programs and all of that, have been things that I would say help people.
Okay.
Okay. So I came to the realization that I've been doing a lot, but at the center and the core of everything that I've been doing has been helping people. And so it's very normal for someone to meet me today and feel very comfortable sharing things with me because that's kind of the environment I create around myself. And I mean, I've helped so many people in so many spaces, and some of them are thriving in business and they have their brands go global, and things like that are things that I want to be a part of.
Mm. And what was like the first experience that you got and you were super excited? I know this is not that part, but I'm just thinking like right now, okay, you helped like 1,300 people,
Yeah.
and 1,000 people filling up a space is quite a lot.
Yes, a lot.
So, what was your very early experience with one person that you felt like, yes, I feel really good within me that we were able to do this?
Honestly, I can't pinpoint one exact, like, because all through my journey, right, I've helped so many people, like, and it all brings me the same kind of joy. Let me say it like that. Um, I guess when I get to, I don't know, but I like to build things. I like to be part of things. And so, I wouldn't say there's a specific one that gave me so much joy and I could always remember that joy. It's a continuous journey for me.
For you?
And so I help you today and I feel good about it. Nothing.
Nothing extra to it.
Yeah.
Now, I came across your TikTok page, but I couldn't connect it to your business page. Is there a reason? Because I think they were under two different brands, and the presence I saw on TikTok and the presence I saw on Instagram were completely different. And you guys, if I bring up that post, you guys would ask, is it the same person that is here, that is here? So I noticed on TikTok you had a different presence for that particular brand. What is there a reason? Because this brand was about dried foods.
Yes.
Is there a reason you chose that direction? Because I know you've done a little bit about branding,
Yes.
but for I think it's crunch and flavors, right?
Yes. Crunch and flavors.
Crunch
Yes.
and flavors. Yeah, my memory serves me right. Yeah. So for crunch and flavors, I noticed you were a bit more jovial, more open. Like
Yes.
you looked a little bit more approachable.
Yes.
Why that approach?
It's okay. So before I even say anything, I started off in marketing and branding.
Okay.
So I understand how to shape people's perspective. Okay. So when you go on that page, I want you to feel like you can approach me,
Yeah.
right? On my other page, which you probably saw that as well, is because I'm talking about more serious things. I want you to approach me, but on a more serious level. And even though both platforms look very different and it's the same person, but giving like this different personalities, it's because of the mandates behind the platforms.
Mm.
If I don't do that, and if I don't do that, I'm going to have people that are not so serious approach me, asking very basic questions that they could probably Google or ask ChatGTP. I want you to be able to think through if you want to approach me with whatever it is, because that platform is basically me talking about investors and investments. And these things are very serious things. So when you approach me, I want that to be like, I want you to really think through it, because um approaching me means that you're gonna pay money as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
On that platform, on the
Yes.
other side. No.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Yes.
see. I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was built with intentionality
Mm-hmm.
towards that direction. Okay, but now, don't have you ever gotten the experience where like because somebody has seen you on the other side and then they come meet you on the serious side, they still treat you like
No.
it's never happened?
No.
Wow.
Especially not on socials.
Okay.
right? But I think I've had a couple of experiences where people just know you from like a different
From a
place in
different place.
person, and then they see you somewhere else and they think you're not so serious. Like they're
Mm.
like they approach you in a way that feels like okay, but again, it's how you shape people's perspective on how they view you. It's up to you, the way you dress, the way you look, everything, even how you talk to people would send a signal of how they need to approach you. So I guess it's something that I've mastered over the
Over the
years.
years.
Yeah,
That's nice. Now you share a lot of information. We are now going deep into the investment side. You
for
share a
sure.
lot of information about investors online.
Yes.
Um, I know in Africa, well, I can say in Ghana,
Yes.
people don't like to show people the way.
Mm.
So I'm wondering why I was scrolling through my Instagram feed and I saw this person talking about, yeah, this is how you can get investors and get. I was like, hey, what's going on here? And so immediately I got interested. So let me understand something. Why are you sharing these information now? What also do you think is the number one mistake entrepreneurs make when they are looking out to get an investor? So we'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Is Visual Render, for providing us with this space to have the recording in. Is Visual Render is a 3D studio located in Accra. They create 3D images and animations for marketing purposes and presentation purposes. If you're a real estate developer, an interior designer, or an architect looking to create images and animations for your project, look no further than Is Visual Render. They create the best images and animations and also virtual tours for any kind of projects that you can think about. Contact Is Visual Render today and let them create the best visualization for your project. Let's get back into the video.
You just poked. You just poked at it. But okay, so the reason why I come online and I share all this information is because of the gaps that I've seen in the system. Okay. And mind you, I've seen, like, I've worked with people, I've worked with entrepreneurs. And one of the things is, see, most people don't know what they're doing. They say they want investors, but they don't really know what it even entails. What, how to even talk to the investor, what you need to talk to the investor. They don't even know what it is. If I ask somebody, a typical average Ghanaian, okay, so you want an investor, right? You want him to give you money. People think is talking to an investor is free money. It's not. You're going to work really hard for that money because they're going to give you money only because you can make them money,
Yeah.
right? And people don't understand this concept. They think getting an investor means I'm getting free money to
I
go and
see.
inject in my business. There's a difference between getting an investor and then getting a grant. A grant is free money.
Okay.
So what people actually think is getting an investor is not what they think it is.
It
It's
is.
actually getting a grant. You can get a grant. A grant doesn't come with so many strings attached. They give you the money to do what you want to do with it, and they don't come and bother you. The
Ever.
investor, no, yeah,
They never check.
they can check, right? They come, you probably write a report,
Okay.
okay? But
Hold on. I know you're enjoying this video, but I'd like you to take a second and subscribe to our channel and then like this video so that we can continue creating amazing content like this. I'm waiting for you. Okay, you've done it. All right. Thank you. Now let's continue.
most of the times, okay, when you're talking to an investor, they don't have time for all that. They are actively involved in everything. You can get investors that don't want to be hands-on, okay, but they will still come and check. They will get auditors. They'll still come and check. So
Hmm.
and to your question, the number one mistake. See, there's a lot. Okay, people don't have pitch decks. They don't have business plan. They don't have direction. They don't know how much their business makes in a year on a monthly basis. So when you're talking to the investor, there's a whole gap. Like there's a whole gap that you need to fill. And talking to the investor, see, you only get like People say, oh, you 5 minutes elevator pitch. Listen, you get like 1 minute. Okay. And I've spoken to VCs, and the moment the guy picks up his phone, just know you're done. Just know you're done. You only have 1 minute to keep their attention. They hear a lot of things. People are chasing them on a daily basis. Whatever you're going to say needs to be concise,
And
right?
straight to the
Straight to the point. I have this business. This is the amount of money it's making right now. This is the potential it can make, right? And these are the things that I've done. It's as simple as that, but it's very difficult.
Because they say the simpler it is, the harder it is to get to the simple.
Yeah, because can you imagine, like, I just give you 1 minute to sell me whatever it is you're trying to sell me. They'll listen for 5 minutes, but you need to grab their attention in that, like, few 1 minute. I mean, that 1 minute. If you don't get the attention in that 1 minute, you've lost them. He's not going to pay attention to what you're saying.
Okay, so if I were a business owner and I had like a pitch deck, a business plan, I had all the figures and everything, what would be like the first step for me to actively get an investor?
Okay, so there are a lot of VC firms. It depends on the kind of business that you run. That's also number one thing that you need to know. You need to look at your industry. Okay, last year there was a report that was released about the ecosystem in Ghana. Okay, how much people are raising, and so far in Ghana, people have been able to raise $121 million. That was just last year. Okay. And I think that's the highest that we've had in a while. So look at the industries that they are investing in, and then look at who they were talking to. Okay. First off, you get all your things ready: business plan, pitch deck, financials, audited accounts, everything that you need ready. Okay. Before you even approach the investor, then you find, based on the amount of money you're trying to raise, okay, you need to also know, what are you raising the money for? Okay. Some people just raise money for the sake of raising money. It doesn't make sense. Okay.
Just to have more money in there.
It doesn't make sense. You need to raise money, okay, based on the needs of the business. So let's say you're trying to expand your studio, right? And so you need more money, but you need it for a new space. You need it for more lights, more mics. You need to be specific on where all that money is going to, because the investor will ask you that, right? So you say, okay, maybe all of that you need is going to take what, $20,000. Then you also go ahead to analyze your business and see, how much do I spend on a monthly basis, right? You also need to add that money to the money that you're trying to raise, so that it can give you cushion to be able to do all the things that you want to do and still keep your business running.
Okay.
Right? So you don't just go and say that I need money for the equipment and you just put the money for the equipment. You also have a team. You have people you pay. While we're doing this transition, I need to still pay them.
Yeah.
How do I pay them? Right? So you need to add that as well. Look for VCs. So you need to know the kind of
industry you're in and the VCs that are available to you.
Yes. And you need to know, what kind of money are you looking for? Okay. And when I say that, there's grant money, there's investor money, okay? And then there's people that will give you equity. I mean, you give them equity.
You give them equity and then they give you money.
Right, and they give you money. So you need to know, what kind of funding strategy do I want to use? It's very important, because if you don't know this, you get bamboozled. There's debt. Okay, so maybe you want a loan. So if you want a loan in Ghana, you know that there are banks that give loans and stuff. So you can look at that.
Those kind of banks.
But if you're looking for angel investors are like people that have money and they want to give it to you to do what you want to do. They believe in your idea, right? But in Ghana, it's kind of hard to come by.
They believe more in the money you give them.
It's kind of hard to come by. Okay, there are people that will invest in you because they like your personality. They see how hard you work and all of that stuff. So they can give you some money to go and do some work with it. But you also need to make sure that you have a plan on how you're going to let those investors exit your business, especially if they are equity, like they have equity in your business.
In your business.
Because give yourself, say, maybe 3 years. I was talking to someone the other day, and he wants to invest 100,000 CDs in women. Okay, so he's looking. I think he wants to do like maybe 2 million Ghana CDs, and he's looking for women that he wants to. It's something that he's thinking about currently, but the catch is he's going to take 70% of your company, and he has to exit in 3 years. So that's like you're going to work really hard, right? And then you're going to have to buy the 70% back. And that's going to be a lot of work. And I was telling him that's too vicious. That like there's people that could do it, but it's a bit vicious,
Wow.
Like 50-50, I think is not a bad idea. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like there are people that exist in the system. They want to help other people that also they're a bit scared, okay, because ecosystem is not very predictable. Okay, unless you're in a very predictable industry, it makes it hard for people to invest in you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, if because of where we are, people constantly say, okay, all these things that you are sharing, right?
Yeah.
Some people do not have financial backing. They don't have a good financial background. So they don't even understand.
The basics. Yeah. You're right.
Where do you recommend that they start from?
Hopefully you don't say YouTube, because I'm sure I'm sure they'll get pissed.
Ew. Okay. So, listen, everybody, if you're trying to raise money for your business, the first thing you need to do is you need some level of discipline, because it's a lot of work. You have to. I met a guy. He told me I'd spoken to like 300 VCs, and he still hasn't raised money. Exactly. And mind you, like I personally went through his deck and everything as well. They're good.
The deck was good.
They're good.
Everything is good.
They're good. Just I asked them to make a few changes, but they're good. Like literally, there's not too much to It's good.
And
Exactly. So it's that hard. Somebody that's putting the work like 300 times, and then you have to have some self discipline. You have to start searching for like information, right? You can't say, we're in a day and age where information is freely available.
list one place that don't say the one that we know, Google and YouTube. Is there any other place that they can get good information?
There's Udemy if you want to take courses. There's Coursera if you want to take courses. Like there's a lot of financial like literacy things online, right? But again, the one that you don't want me to see is there, like YouTube. Maybe some of us are visual learners, right?
Yeah.
And it's better if you can like, put some, some people make the videos so simple and animative for you to be able to remember. But at least you need to take some time to educate yourself. If you cannot do that completely, please find somebody to join your team that
Who can do
has that financial, background.
We also like to say a very big thank you to Board House Electrical for providing us with a solar setup to run our studio space. We do not have interrupted power when we are recording because of the setup that they've given us. And so if you're home, you're an office, or you are any kind of business looking to have uninterrupted power, look no further than Board House Electrical. We've been on this setup for like 4 years now, and we've not had any issues on them. And so for any kind of power need, contact Board House Electrical. They will take care of you. And I mean, like, they'll take care of you. Let's get back into the video.
You don't need to know everything by yourself, but I would suggest that as an entrepreneur, you need to know much, right? To be able to know what the person is telling you is true or not, especially in this ecosystem.
Why do I have a feeling you have some experience from this?
No, but like it's true because there are people that will lie to you, right? They will lie to you about things. You need to make sure you're well abreast with
Mhm.
some of these things. As an entrepreneur, you should know a little bit of a lot.
A little bit of.
Yeah, at least the one to get you by, to understand what they are telling you, all the things that they're talking about is actually very important.
Now, all this knowledge that you have, where did you actually start from? What's your background? What's your educational
Woo,
background?
woo. So my educational background is very interesting because I have a degree in biology. That's where I started.
You know why I've paused because
He- he-
Biology.
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
did my research work in microbiology. Yeah, and that's kind of how it started for me. I had to come out of school, and when I came out of school, I I was part of the system. I was just another matrix in the system, and I realized I, I'm not
This is
gonna
not
find
working.
I'm not going to find a research job in Ghana. Like I'm not going to find. I can't wait for somebody's that to pass before they give me space somewhere. You know. So even when I wanted to start working,
Mhm.
I was told I should get my master's. I guess that was my first degree.
Hey,
And
I
that
do
was
have a
the
feeling that there's a second degree.
oh no, I don't have a second degree
Okay.
yet, but I have a lot of courses that is more than a second degree. I took a lot of courses. I was at Cornell. I did some executive program at Cornell. I took
Wow.
some courses from Illinois, Macquarie, Sydney. I yeah, I have like 30 plus certifications.
So hold up, all the way from Ghana, or you did them
No,
from?
I did them from Ghana.
So it's possible to do things
Of
like that
course.
from Ghana.
Of course.
Can you guys do you guys hear that? Okay,
Of
let's proceed.
course. So I did a lot of courses from Ghana. Um and because I didn't want to be told that I didn't know how to do something, I made sure I studied everything within
Possible.
that space. So when I started off with branding and marketing. I was head of marketing for a while. And um I was even a blogger before all of this started. I was a full-time blogger.
Storytelling at the peak.
Yeah, I was a full-time blogger before all of this started. I when I came out of school, I wanted to find something to do. I started social media, just like while away time, I guess. And I realized, okay, well, I'm really good at this stuff because I was growing people's account from zero to like 1,000 in a week. So I said, you know what? People are chasing me. What can I do to add more value to myself? And so I started taking other courses, content marketing, SEO. I did a whole lot of courses, right? E-commerce management, things like that, because I wanted to be more competitive. Because at that time, my mindset was I wanted to get a job. But very soon, when I started my blog, I decided I was going to take it very seriously. I won an award in 9 months, and that award kind of catapulted me to like different spaces where like I was now visible to people, and people kept asking me questions, coming to me for different things, and I decided I was going to diversify, right? And then I started my marketing agency. So I have a branding and marketing agency called Brand Up Guys, and I do a lot of branding and marketing stuff for people.
Mm.
And that was kind of like my first business, and I started growing that and diversified into other things because I don't, as a human being, I don't think we get to one destination and feel
And I
like
feel like you've arrived.
you succeeded.
No.
You know, you always keep adding on things. And so the more I kept studying, and after I took my Cornell course, I realized, like I know a lot of things, right? And I could actually be a consultant. And I was literally doing the job of a consultant without the
The
title of.
title.
And so I said, you know what? I'm a consultant now. So I'm going to act like a consultant, brand myself as a consultant. And I've done a lot of work for people, a whole lot of work, business plans, pitch decks, to take to banks, to talk to investors, to do all these things. I was already doing stuff like that. I've always been the person that connects other people to other people, right? So I'm already doing the job,
So why
right?
not add the title right now?
And why don't I build a business around what I'm doing and make it profitable for me? Because I'm spending time going around chasing people, and doing all these things. So why don't I just make it a business? And that's how I started Partner Advisory.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So from biology to branding and marketing to partnered advisory.
Yes.
Nice. Now, what has been your biggest mental shift? Because I think you mentioned that you were actually studying all these things to get a job.
Yes.
And then now you're like, you know what? No, I'm not doing the job thing anymore. Let's do a business.
Yeah, because I realized there was more, right? When I was doing the job, people kept telling me, "Oh, you can't get a job that will pay you more than 1,000 cedis or 3,000 cedis," and I was like, "That's not true," you know. And I had to change my circle a little bit to realize that's not actually true,
Mm.
right? So changing my circle also made me see what is available, right? Also, because I was looking for a job, I'll go on LinkedIn and I'll look at all the executive positions that I think that I would like to be in, right? And I'll look at all the skills required for that position and all the certifications that they need
They
for that
need for
position.
that.
And guess what? I'll go online and search for free ones
And take them.
and take the courses. Oh, and what I do is I use my business as practice. I use my business as a module to practice all these things that I learned, right? And so you can't beat me in blogging. You can't beat me in digital marketing. Like I know a lot of things, and when I hire people, right, it will just take me a little speaking to you to realize you don't know what you're doing. And I want, yeah, I'm just, you have to be grounded in knowledge to be able
To be able to do that.
to survive like in these ecosystems. And you know what? It's not actually very difficult to stand out in Ghana.
How easy is it?
Very easy.
What would you say is like should be an average steady time for somebody to actually just stand out? Just be just a little bit different from the masses.
I won't say like I won't give you a specific number as because we all learn differently, depending on our pace. But I'll tell you what I did. I have a problem right now where I can't sleep at night. Okay.
Mm.
Because over the years, I would spend all night
Reading.
studying. I'm online, taking courses, doing all these things because I didn't want to be told that I don't know how to do something.
And also a very big shout out to Elite Zone Enterprise for providing us with this tablet. I mean, look at this tablet. Look at the size. It's small. It's cute. If you're an MC, you're a secretary, you're looking for something quick to put in key in data or handle your presentations and anything like that, this is the kind of device that you need. But hold on, it's not left out to MCs and secretaries. If you're a gamer looking to build a heavy PC for gaming, video editing, anything like that, or animations, contact Elite Zone Enterprise because they are the trusted source for all my PCs that I've built over the past years. So yes, Elite Zone Enterprise is the right place to go when you need anything PC or laptop or tablets. Let's get back into the video.
Or somebody who see and be like, what we say, oh, there's no weight. There's no weight.
No substance.
There's no substance, exactly. So I wanted to make sure that I'm not in that category. And it's more also of a self thing, okay? Because you also need to come to the realization of how do I want to be perceived?
Okay.
If that bothers you, that you don't want to be perceived in a certain way. I guess that's enough drive for you to like keep going forward. Not everything is about money. If you have all, and we're in an ecosystem where knowledge is not valued much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happens is there's a lot of knowledge experts that people will be like, oh, this one is a motivational speaker.
So like I have a problem with people when they say they know. I know someone, I'm not going to mention his name, but I know someone that he has a lot of knowledge,
Okay.
but the application level is like the discipline to apply the knowledge
Okay.
is now low.
Okay. I like that you said discipline to apply
The
knowledge.
discipline to apply it, because I even know someone who is looking at me right now who reads a lot, but applying it is not a problem. How easy has it been for you to actually apply the knowledge that you have? Has it been a struggle?
No.
It's never been a struggle.
No, because the way I learn is that I learn based on my need at that moment. So I need to apply this. That's why I'm learning it.
Okay.
Right? So I'm learning SEO. I want to do something in SEO.
SEO.
That's why I'm learning it. I'm not learning it to rack up certifications. I'm learning it because I need it to do something, right? And so even like when I mind you, my Cornell course that I took, I saw it on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on TikTok. Like, see, sometimes I think that we exaggerate how learning is supposed to be. There's a lot of things that you can learn on a day-to-day basis. People are sharing information in like 1 minute and 3 minutes videos. Things that you've never heard before, mind you, right? There's a knowledge era where like now people know people's attention span is very short. So we're not doing the YouTube videos. We'll do it when we want to do like deeper stuff. But I want to learn something quick. I go on TikTok and I search. I can learn in like 3 minutes.
Because someone has just
Somebody has taken the time
simplified it
to break it down for me. I don't need to do too much, right?
Mm.
And you can learn on a day-to-day basis. You can train your algorithm to like show you things that are educative. It's not everyday entertainment. Entertainment is good, okay? But it gets to a point where you start doom scrolling,
and then
and then you realize in like 4 hours is gone. Like
I know a couple of people like that.
I entreat everyone to like check how much time you spend on TikTok on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
If you are spending 24 hours,
That's a whole day.
watching videos.
A whole day.
That's crazy.
In a week, one whole day.
And all that.
What did you learn?
What did you learn? Right? So it's very important. Like you need to start psyching yourself to have like a different perspective of and view things in a different way. Everyone can learn. Learning is not, we're not in school.
Would you say you're a fearless person? Because at this point, it sounds like, okay, I'm here to learn this thing. I'm done learning. All right, let me go and apply it.
Yeah. What is the fear? I think my only fear would be when I'm entering a new market for something, right? And I'm not too. You see, someone once told me that the only reason why you're scared or you have some type of fear is because you don't have enough knowledge about what you're trying to do. And so throw information at it. Throw information at your fear. The only reason why you're not starting the business right now is because you're scared that, hey, this thing, I don't want to be seen starting. Right? But you can learn how to start like a pro.
From scratch.
From scratch. You can learn how to start anything. You can learn how to do it like a pro without it looking like you're struggling. People don't want to be seen struggling.
But do you think that's a problem?
Yeah.
It's a big problem, eh?
Yeah, people don't want to be seen struggling. Like, you don't want your friends to look at you and be like, oh, we started business 10 years ago. You're now coming to, you're now struggling. But the thing is, anything that you have some uncertainty about that causes some type of fear, you should really analyze yourself and see, is it a knowledge problem? Is it because I fear that I don't know how to do marketing, so I'm not going to get people? So what do I do to, help me feel a bit better? Learn how to do marketing.
So that at least when you hire somebody, at least you know something in marketing.
Sometimes, see, most businesses in Ghana are SMEs, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have money to hire somebody. They're starting on their own, head on, right?
I'm going at this. We go again.
They're going head on. So it's just a fear of, do I know how to run a business? Do I know how to do this? Do I know? See, just throw some information at it. You'll feel a bit better when you do it.
Now, throwing some information at it, throw some information on us concerning AI.
Okay.
And the current impact it's having on your kind of business, because pitch decks and all of that, sometimes, like currently, people are using it for a lot of things. I've seen some videos that are very funny, landing jets in the mad area.
Yeah. I've seen that one too.
But I'm wondering if there's like an AI that could easily create pitch decks, business plans. Well, ChatGPT can create to some extent.
To some extent, right?
Yeah.
So this is actually a market that I'm currently delving into.
Okay.
Right? I'm currently in the middle of building an app called FundVesta.
Mm-hmm.
FundVesta is an AI-powered platform that connects entrepreneurs to investors. And it can do a lot of things that I do as a consultant. So, because I've had people come to me repetitively, I see the need for such things. Pitch deck, business plan, financials, fundability. First off, do you even know if your business, how do you even know if you're at a point where you can start bringing in investors? It's one of the things that people ask, like, how do I know, right? So I have put everything in an app that you could just go there and put in your information, and it will tell you, okay, you're 50% fundable. Okay, meaning that you're not all there.
All the way there.
Yeah, and it'll give you suggestions on what you should improve based on the information that you upload, right? You can also request a fundability, an official fundability score, okay, which will be done by my team, and will give you like a proper document that you can show to an investor. Like you've
gone through this process.
Exactly. Because one of the problem that when I speak to investors they have is they don't want to do all the things.
The analyzation and
the
checking
due diligence
the due diligence parts.
No, it's too hard for them. She gets it. So, and these are like consulting firms as well. Same thing. So, how do I help the entrepreneur and help the investor and bring them all in one space? Do you know how long it would take you to try and get a meeting with an investor, like a VC in Ghana?
I know how long it takes me to try and get a guest on my chair.
Okay.
So I can imagine.
You can understand.
I can understand.
Thank you. So the VCs, they're really hard to talk to, especially like if you are not within a certain network.
Yeah.
Okay. The only reason that I have access to VCs is because of the kind of network that I'm in. Okay. Trying to get meetings with them, Charlie, is hard. Okay.
Why is it that hard?
People are chasing them every day. Do you know how many are we in Ghana? Do you know how many VC firms you have in Ghana? Just a few. Exactly. It's just a few. We don't have a lot of VC firms in Ghana.
Maximum 10?
I don't think it's up to 10.
Uy. It's good to know that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of VC firms in Ghana. There's there's the people that have funds, like they've created funds, and
But it's not like a VC firm. It's just
yes,
a group of people who can
they
fund.
have no, they are in Ghana. If you create a fund, it needs to be legalized. So there are a few legalized,
Legal.
but VC firms are not that popular in Ghana because there's a lot of requirements for that. So trying to get access to a VC is very difficult. And then you finally get access to the VC. You just have like 5 minutes.
Let's do this and let's get it done with 5 minutes.
Because the people are chasing them. People are chasing them. I'm saying people are chasing, big people are chasing them too. It's not just young people. Do you understand? So most of these VC firms, they look at high yield, high revenue businesses. Like, okay, you need money that can turn money into like a lot of money right now.
Like 1 million to 10 million.
Oh no,
That's too wild.
That's too wild. That's too wild. But yeah, if you can prove that you can do that, then sure, they'll give you the money. But VC, when you're a startup or you're an early stage business, you shouldn't really be talking to VCs.
Who should you be talking to?
You should be looking for grants and angel investors, or angel investors.
Family and friends.
Family, friends. Yes, true. Because VCs, you need to make money, and sometimes there are some VC firms that will give you money. There are VC firms outside of our ecosystem that specifically invest in early stage businesses. But in Ghana, the thing is not making money unless maybe you have a good connection. The person knows you, like, okay, I'll give you some money to do it because I believe in you as a person.
Wow. So FundVestor helps people connect.
So it's FundVesta.
FundVestor.
Yes.
FundVestor connects entrepreneurs to investors.
Yes.
By simply taking in the data that they have, that you have as an entrepreneur,
Yes.
and then checking if you are fundable.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes, and you can get pitch deck reviews, business plans reviews as well. What we're trying to do is get it to a point where it can do the pitch decks for you and then the business plans for you. But right now, MVP can only do reviews.
Can only do review. Is there a website where people can go check this out? What's the website?
It's FundVestor.io.
Okay, we'll put that up on the screen for you to have a look. All right, let's go. Okay, so can you walk us through, since you've done this so many times for like 1,000 people, can you walk us through like a standard? In fact, you know what? I'm going to put you on the spot. Give me your 1 minute pitch for FundVesta. Yeah.
Okay. So FundVestor is the first African AI-powered app that connects entrepreneurs to investors. And so far, we have hit 20 countries under a month of opening our wait list. And what you can do on the platform is you can check your fundability score. You can look at pitch deck reviews, business plan reviews. You can get access to a real investor anywhere in the world right now.
Please, how much do you want? I want to invest. Anyways, but just to break down that, because I heard you say a number of things. The first African AI-powered platform
that connects entrepreneurs to
investors. Now, for anybody listening, what she actually did was to take the key elements of what her business does, what her AI does, and put it out there in the first 15 seconds. The moment me listening to that, because I have done some amount of investing and I've listened to a lot of investment shows, so I know how they think. When you listen to that, you would immediately know, okay, this is something I'm interested in. This is not something I'm interested in. and instantly they give you a response. Now, if you are ever, even if you're not pitching to an investor, you are pitching to a friend or a family, you make sure you put in the key things of your business. Like in her situation, she mentioned she is connected to over 20 countries in the first, 2 months or first?
Under a month.
Under a month.
Yeah.
Now, anybody listening to that who would hear, hey, you're now in 20 countries in 1 month. Hey, then when you are given 1 year, what can you do? And all of that ties in. So you need to know your figures. You need to know you need your data. And your data should be in there, nicely presented. And that's the only way people would actually invest. Don't go to a family and friend and tell, even if it's a family and friend, you know this person is your best friend. Once you're going to him for some fund, make sure you mention data in your business. Like, take for example, last year I made 100,000 CDs, and this year I'm looking to make 300,000 CDs. So with your investment of 50,000 CDs, it will get me this equipment, get me one extra staff member that I can pay out for 1 year, which would guarantee the 300,000 CDs that I'll make next year. Once the person hears that and they are interested, and maybe you do fabric business or you run a tech business, whatever it is, they would be interested. Even if they don't invest, they'll be able to get you somebody who will, because they have that data. So don't go and tell them, because we are brothers.
Oh.
Or because we are
That's
sisters.
funny.
Or because you are my uncle.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. But I like that you try to break it down. And even like this basic pitch works everywhere. How to introduce yourself. Even if like it's a job application and they ask you when you go for the interview, you need to be able to sell yourself with numbers.
Yeah.
And
stats.
Yeah.
Now, how do you balance risk with all this, your ambitions? Because you mentioned it's the first AI powered platform.
Yeah, that connects entrepreneurs to investors.
How does that weigh on you? How are you balancing? Because this is quite risky.
Mm-hmm.
How are you moving forward with it?
I don't think. Okay, well, maybe because I have a different perspective. I do my own research, right? And so when I'm saying something, I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying it, right? It is like I've done my own research. I've turned the internet upside down just to make sure that when I'm saying things like this, I'm not saying it for the sake of saying it, because my integrity is very important to me. So I do my own research and I come up with things like this. I met somebody that actually has the same idea as me and hasn't implemented it. And I said, thank you, Jesus.
You delayed.
Because it's who puts their foot in the game first.
Yeah.
Right? And when you search FundVestor on Google, like I've already put even though we're not launched yet, you can sign on to the wait list.
Yeah, which I did.
You can sign on to the wait list. So it's just like who puts their foot first in the game and keeps running with it. Everybody has ideas. It's the execution that will make the difference, right? And so when I found out that I searched online, I searched everywhere. I was like, there's nothing like this. Nobody's using AI to do what we're doing right now. There are other platforms that connect entrepreneurs to investors and stuff, but those platforms are more like deal rooms. And you also need to be raising your business needs to be at a certain point. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be inclusive. Okay? How can I get you as an SME that probably you make consistent money, but at the same time you're not on the VC standard? How can I get people like you to look good to an investor? That's the market that I'm going for. And everybody's included, clearly, but those people in between are my real target, right? Because a lot of people have come to me and they're looking for money, but at the same time, I can't take you to the investor because
you're not ready.
You're not there yet. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, I see the vision. I see where you're going. But angel investors, how many angel investors do I know? So why don't I create a platform where I make this loud enough to get people? I already have investors signed on the platform,
Waiting for the people.
waiting for people. Can you believe that? And mind you, I just opened the wait list. It's been exactly a month since I opened the wait list.
So they are investors. They exist.
They exist, and
just
I'm
that.
telling you, there are people on the platform from South Africa, from the UK, from Somalia, like places that I never even thought of.
I operate from this world where I think anybody who is running a business and starts shouting, there are not a lot of people to invest in my business, I start suspecting them. Because
No, but it's true. Kind of true.
what makes it true?
It's your perspective and where you it's true. Like, it's like if you haven't brought in your network and everything looks small,
Okay, so it's true for them,
it's true for them.
But it's not true in reality.
It's not true. Like, there's how did people raise 121 million last year?
Yeah, because they were looking for the
Yeah, and the money probably didn't come from Ghana.
most definitely.
Exactly. So how can I get you and your team to believe in people and realize that you don't need to be like having $100 million before you can invest in people? You can actually start like with smaller. You see somebody on the platform and what they're looking at doing is something you have experience in, and you think, oh, like this is a good idea. I could give the person this amount of money for this amount of equity in their company, and I would want to be a part of it, or I want to. Anybody at all can be an investor.
You've spoken a lot about getting knowledge as an entrepreneur. Now, we are going back to discipline. For financial discipline as entrepreneurs, what habits do you think that every entrepreneur should keep in mind? Because you look like someone who is very straight edge, clean cuts.
Yeah.
You don't like.
Yeah. That's true.
So, what are the 3 habits you think every entrepreneur should have, especially when if they are even running as a business, and then if they are now looking at getting investors?
Habits they should have. You mean financial habits?
Financial habits.
Okay. So make sure that you separate your personal finances from your business finances. Very important. Have a separate account for your business, okay, and have a savings account for your business as well.
Oh, hold on. So there's an account for the business
Yes.
where all the funds run into,
Yes.
and then there's an account for savings
Yes.
where you take a percentage out.
Yes. Because you never know. A lot can happen at once. So make sure you have some type of coffers for your business. Some people have like separate account for separate things. Some people have an account for just expenses,
Okay.
right? That's for their business. They have an expenses account, and then they have an account where they used to receive money for everything, right? Just so they're able to keep track. And they have like a savings account. So it depends on what you prefer, but I would say always have a savings account for your business, right? Because things could go crazy, and there are months where you wouldn't have a lot of money or a lot of purchases coming in. You still need something to fall back on, especially if you pay rent and you pay staff and all of that. Make sure you always set aside some money for like rainy days for your business.
So what's the second one?
The second one is always document for your business, because that's the only way you can keep track of things. When investors want to come in, they want to see your books, right? They want to see, okay, so how much are you making monthly? How much are you making per year? You need to make sure you have somewhere you're putting. Then there's a lot of
All the
apps.
figures.
There's a lot of apps that do that so that you can keep track, even for yourself, right? You keep track, because sometimes when the money is there and you keep taking, you get confused.
And
you
I
forget.
checked my book this year, I was like, oh! I was like, huh, all these expenses. My goodness.
Right. And so that way you realize that, okay, well, maybe you need to cut down on your expenses.
Exactly.
Right? You need to cut down on certain things. And you don't see it as much in like
the short time.
in a short time, but in a long time it accumulates, right? I think the third one would be what should I make the third one? Maybe you should be more intentional. You should be more intentional about your financial position as a business, right? I see a lot of people that they're running a business. When I ask you, okay, so how much money do you plan to make this year? They don't know.
Hey.
They don't know.
You're running the business without a plan to know how much money they're
running the business, right? But it's like, okay, so this year, how much money do you want to make? They'll probably mention some random figure for you, okay? Now I'm like, okay, so now let's do the breakdown. How are you going to make that money? What does that look like on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, right? When you break that money down, how much do you need to, like, if you're selling products, how many products do you need to sell on a daily basis to be able to hit that money?
Target.
They don't know.
They don't know. So how are they expected to make the money?
Yeah, vibes and inshallah. Like, what can I say? Because at this point, and I've met a lot of people like this. Like, you tell them, okay, so what is the least thing that you sell? They'll probably tell you maybe it's like 50 CDs. Okay. And I'm like, okay, so if you sell the least thing, 50 CDs.
100 times.
How many of that do you need to sell a day to hit
this target?
This target. And maybe for now, at your peak, maybe only 100 people come in, or you can get maybe only 100. Even 100 people is a lot. But let's say hypothetically, you have 100 people come in a day. So we know, okay, 50, 100, 5,000, right? So 5,000, and you're thinking of making like 5 million at the end of the year. Is that possible?
So,
right, exactly.
If I hear that figure, I'll just say you are playing.
Like, people need to be more intentional about figures, right? More intentional about numbers, more intentional. Because if you don't do that and you don't have an actual plan, it just makes everything not achievable. It's like you're dreaming, right? And in numbers, you don't dream in numbers. You have to be concise.
It has to be exact.
It has to be
10.1 is 10.1.
It has to be.
It's not 10.1. It's not 10.5. Neither is it 11.
It has to be prepared, right? And a lot of people have come to the point where they do a lot of these, like, oh, I think I could hit like 4 million by the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'll buy a house.
Vim.
I'll buy a car. It doesn't make sense. Like, how are you going to make the money?
Going to make that?
You need to be more like precise, right? You know that per what you're selling, or maybe let's say you're a service provider.
Yeah.
Okay? You're providing a service. You know that in a day you can only do one person's client.
You can only run one client, and that's it. And that client is even 1,000 CDs.
So, like, if you look at it that way, you're like, you know that your income is fixed for the business, right? You know that the revenue you're making for the business is fixed. So how can you maximize, like, the number of clients that you
can service?
Maybe you need to bring in more people.
And when you bring in more people, what does that cost look like?
Because you have to pay them.
You have to pay them, of course.
You have to pay them money.
Now, how many people can you bring in?
Exactly, because maybe you don't have the space for it. And you don't want to work with them virtually because you'll be calling them and don't mind
They'll mind you. They'll pick your call.
So you need to be realistic, right? Maybe for starters, you need an additional person to what you're doing. And then you decide, okay, well, Now we're 2, so maybe you could do 2,000 a day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then now you have to make sure that the income is consistent, like the revenue you're getting from
It's
people is
exactly.
consistent. So how do I get clients, 2 clients every day?
Every day. That means there has to be a pool of clients somewhere that you know that every.
Or then you need to start thinking of changing your marketing strategy to attract 2 people every day.
So there's a plan to get to
Yeah.
any particular destination.
So you have to be more intentional with the numbers in your business.
Now, you know, all of these things that we are talking about, they don't teach it in schools, even in business schools. There's a reason I've lowered my voice before somebody comes for me. But the truth is, all of these things are not taught in schools.
Yeah, I know that.
Can you tell my audience something so that they know that you would have to go and grab knowledge and you can grab it on this platform?
So I should tell them to subscribe?
Tell them to look for knowledge on the platform.
Okay, please.
Because we share so much. Hey.
Look for knowledge on the platform.
Yes.
Right.
Right
Journey
here.
Uncovered.
The journey uncovered.
Okay.
It's here. Okay, let's go back.
Okay.
So in the game section, we are going into. Oh, before the game section, there's one question I want to ask.
Okay.
How do you see your role in shaping the next generation of African investors and business builders?
Ooh, that's a very interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm working to tap into a market that people haven't really taking time to look into. Okay, so those are the SMEs, and the truth is, the African ecosystem is run fully or mostly on SMEs. Okay, 60% of businesses on the continent are SMEs. And so what that tells you is that if you leave these people behind, your economies will never grow.
Yeah.
You will never be able to achieve the full potential as like other people have done.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm trying to do is involve those people that are in between that need the help. Okay. Do you know the market women?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are literally the backbones of
They make money.
the economy.
I know.
You know, right?
I'm a market boy. The thing there's a different side of I'm a market boy, so I know there's money there.
Do you know what it takes for our moms to wake up and go to the market and say that, no, you people, what you're doing, you're joking, right? It's because those markets, we don't see them as much because we have been trained to think our certificates are more valuable than the people in the market.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you that what you make in a month at a full-time position is what they make on a daily basis for their businesses. And mind you, that could even be profit. That's not like the entire
That's
revenue.
not the revenue. That's like profit. Yeah.
Right? So how do I get people like this to believe in where we're going with the platform? I want to make it so accessible. Right now, our MVP is just an MVP. But as we go along, there's so many things that we're going to do. We're going to integrate WhatsApp.
Hey.
Yeah. We're going to integrate SMS because we need to reach those people at the level that they are.
At.
How can I convince a market woman who makes so much money, she has built houses and all of that, to invest in you?
See, you'll be shocked that the pure water seller has a house sitting somewhere and you. Oh my goodness. I used to sell at a market where my parents were business people. Okay. So I learned business from them. Okay. Like they literally took care of 7 kids on a business that ran on credits.
Whoa.
None of the things were theirs. So there was this woman that used to sell yam opposite us. Now, and she used to do, they call it, the people who carry things. I forgot what they call it. The carry people. So she did that, and then she was also selling yam. Someday my mom was going to buy land somewhere. Then she saw this woman at the same area where she was buying the land. But the plots that she was on had foundation.
Ish.
And it was already going up.
Ish.
So she met the woman and was like, oh, what's going on? What's she doing here? And then they were like, oh, she started building just a couple of months ago. And my mom came to the house and was like, Stanley, the woman that sells yam opposite our big shop has already bought land.
And it's building a house.
I was shocked. I was like, wow. And people would be here, and you see how people disrespect people in the market. I'm like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
And it's a big problem. It's a big problem. But like, how do I get those people to get involved, right? Because they also are very high earners, right? You see the kind of money that these women are able to push. They probably don't even speak English, but they've traveled. They go to China, they go to Turkey, they go to Dubai, and they bring things to come and sell, right? And these people are high earners. How do we get people to believe in them, and how they can also believe in other people to invest in them? Right? Because they are in the ecosystem. They understand you more than anyone else from anywhere, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to do is literally thinking about it from that perspective. And I believe it's going to really change how we do investing, how we view investing in the long run.
I can't wait to see how it turns out. Me, I've signed up on the wait list. I can't wait. So now we're jumping into the game section, and for this section is going to be invest or ignore. So I'm going to ask you, like, mention 2 companies or 2 business types, and then you let me know why you would invest and why you would ignore.
Okay.
So first one is a fintech app. So invest or ignore. A fintech startup offering loans with AI-based risk scoring.
Fintech is the #1 industry that makes consistent income in Ghana. And last year, it was the industry that most investors
Invested in.
So yeah, invest.
There's one particular fintech app that I'm currently using right now. I really want to be an investor, but the guy is it's not picking my call.
Really?
It's not picking my call. I don't know why.
Who's that?
Oh, I can't mention his name.
Yeah,
It's not picking my call. So the second one is a high-end African skincare brand seeking Series A funding. Invest or ignore.
This one, you're going to put me in trouble.
Why?
You're going to put me in trouble because people would ask me, Okay, so skincare, good. Depending on, I don't want to lie, depending on the industry, okay. The skincare industry is okay, but there's also a lot of moving pieces.
Okay.
Raw material, packaging, logistics. Like logistics is a big thing.
Big thing.
Right? Again, what is high end? I'm not investing.
In the skincare?
Yeah. If you told me made for everybody, like average people. If you say high end, it means you're targeting like a very specific market. Okay, and within that market share, you also take like a little piece. I don't know. I might not.
Makes it risky.
Yes. There's a brand called Topicals. I don't know if you've heard about it. Very popular brand, I think in the UK. They make skincare for everybody, inclusive skincare, right? Lip glosses, eye patches. They were even in Ghana to do some of their marketing promos. Something like that I would invest in because they're selling you a story. But if you say high end, I'm like, okay, what is high end? It could be that you're selling it for $100, or it could be that, I don't know what the pricing looks like, but it depends on a lot of different factors. Or based on like the little that you said, probably not
Good. Okay. A crypto-based real estate crowdfunding platform in West Africa.
Crypto-based crowdfunding, real estate.
In West Africa.
No.
A food delivery app targeting only university campus.
Yes.
Why?
Because when I was on campus, I saw these people, I forgot what their name was. They used to deliver food for us, right? There's a big market in the universities. I would definitely invest. There's a big market because, you know what, when I was on campus, I used to sell hair and makeup, right? And that little selling made me realize, you can make a lot of money on campus. And we had this company that was trying to do delivery services for people on campus. They didn't even have motor. They had a bicycle.
Because this campus is like...
They had a bicycle. And the guy would take 3 CDs per person to deliver your food if you're all in the same location. Right? And mind you, he was overwhelmed. So now, instead of us getting the convenience, our food was delayed. He would go there to Bush Canteen and buy your food for you. And then he'll bring it back. And then you pay him plus his money. It's something that I would invest in. It's a good idea. A very good one.
I think I'll look for a developer to do this part.
Oh, you don't even need a developer. Talk to me later. You don't.
So, a personal finance influencer launching an investment app.
Personal finance
influencer
launching what?
An investment app.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Now, this one is going to be habits and trends. Reading one business book a month. Would you do it? Or
yeah, for sure.
Would you be able to keep up to do it consistently every month?
Well, I have a lot of work, so but I try my best. At some point, I was reading 2 books a month, but hey, see, I have work to do. So I try my best, and you don't even need to read the whole thing. You can listen to it. You can. So I got to a point where I couldn't read anymore, so I had to listen to my books. It's also good. You can take notes depending on the voice. Sometimes these AI voices, they don't sound really great, but now there's been a lot of improvement. So you can listen to your books, or you can get a summary of your book and take the most key things that you want to tell them to give you a summary of the key things that you want in the book.
And it'll be done.
It'll be done. Use AI.
Nice. Now, I'd ask you to summarize your learning experience in a few lines for my audience, and then you'd sign out for us.
Oh, really? Okay. My learning experience?
Yes.
Okay. So my learning experience has been very interesting because I guess I had the drive and I wanted more. So it forced me to, research and learn more things. Clearly, I'm a scientist, so clearly I like research. But it forced me to want more. And wanting more is what led me to learn so many different things. And yeah, I would say that if you're looking to do anything, make sure dot all your I's and cross all your T's. If you are in an industry and you haven't searched all the way to page 10 on Google, Google, when it comes up, yeah? When it comes up and you haven't searched all the way to page 10 on Google, don't go and ask anybody anything about your industry. Because we're used to just doing
the first page. First three.
Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah, I'm good. But what about making sure that your answer is not hiding on page 10, right? That's how you learn. You have to be curious. You have to put yourself out there. So if you haven't searched all the way to page 10, don't go and ask anybody anything. Make sure you do the research. all the way to page 10. And right now, because of ChatGPT, people are getting a bit more
Lazy.
Yeah. They just said that it affects how you're thinking now.
Yes.
You've seen the research, right?
I've not seen the research, but I can already imagine, because now you ask somebody to do something, then they just like...
Yeah. It's affecting how people are thinking, how you're processing information and all of that. So make sure that even if you want to use ChatGPT, I use ChatGPT every day, but even if you want to do it, make sure you do the thinking part first. And then you put it in there. So it's not like...
Exactly.
Unless you don't have any idea.
Exactly.
Or just go to Google and do the... Okay, well, Google is also trying to use AI, so...
Yeah, so right now...
Well, I get it to a
what
point
are you going
where...
to do?
But yeah, like, do all the way to page 10. If you haven't done that, don't go and ask anybody any questions. If you're looking for investors and you're looking to build your pitch deck, your business plan and everything, and you haven't done the research all the way to page 10, please don't go and ask anybody anything, because you're going to disgrace yourself. Yeah, so just a quick tip. But yeah, it was really nice being on here. I was looking forward to this. Yeah, I had to make time to come, unfortunately. I really do appreciate you guys having me on here. I hope that I've been able to share a little bit of my knowledge with you today.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
So thank you guys for joining us on this episode. Diane, not Diane. Diane, please. Diane has really informed us on certain things, and I hope you guys would apply that. Now, if you have any comments, the comment section is there. Just
and
drop it in the comment section.
Exactly. Don't forget to also join the wait list.
Yes, don't forget to join the wait list in FundVesta.io. Yes. And also a very big shout out to Elite Zone Enterprise for providing us with this tablet. I mean, look at this tablet. Look at the size. It's small. It's cute. If you're an MC, you're a secretary, you're looking for something quick to put in key in data or handle your presentations and anything like that, this is the kind of device that you need. But hold on, it's not left out to MCs and secretaries. If you're a gamer looking to build a heavy PC for gaming, video editing, anything like that, or animations, contact Elite Zone Enterprise, because they are the trusted source for all my PCs that I've built over the past years. So yes, Elite Zone Enterprise is the right place to go when you need anything PC or laptop or tablets. We also like to say a very big thank you to Boardhouse Electrical for providing us with a solar setup to run our studio space. We do not have interrupted power when we are recording because of the setup that they've given us. And so if you're home, you're an office, or you are any kind of business looking to have uninterrupted power, look no further than Boardhouse Electrical. We've been on this setup for like 4 years now, and we've not had any issues on them. And so for any kind of power need, contact Boardhouse Electrical. They will take care of you. And I mean, like, they'll take care of you. So we'd like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, Is Visual Render, for providing us with this space to have the recording in. Is Visual Render is a 3D studio located in Accra. They create 3D images and animations for marketing purposes and presentation purposes. If you're a real estate developer, an interior designer, or an architect looking to create images and animations for your project, look no further than Is Visual Render. They create the best images and animations and also virtual tours for any kind of projects that you can think about. Contact Is Visual Render today and let them create the best visualization for your projects. Let's get back into the video. Anyways, we'll see you on the next episode. Bye.